This morning on Today's Health, forbidden food. Imagine being hungry but not being able to eat or drink without throwing it back up. Well, that's what one teenager had to deal with for more than 7 months. We're going to meet her in just a moment. But first, NBC's chief medical editor, Dr. Nancy Snyderman, has her story.
14-year-old Gentrie Hansen had not had a bite of food or drink in 7 months.
It started in December, and as we were doing things for the holidays, we oftentimes would sometimes be even at the place we were at, and she would be throwing up. At first we thought it was the flu, and then as it progressed, we ruled out other things.
Gentrie lost 30 pounds, and doctor after doctor told her she had an eating disorder.
Seeing me in the mirror, and then I would start to cry and everything. And then when the doctors would tell me I'm anorexic, sick and bulimic, it was really frustrating because I would gladly take someone's weight and then be healthy and be happy.
After months of struggling with the unknown, the right diagnosis was finally made: gastroparesis, a rare neurological condition where the stomach does not empty properly. A feeding tube was inserted into Gentrie's intestines to bypass her stomach but still give her the nutrition she needed. But it didn't solve the underlying problem. She was in constant pain and always hungry.
I wanted food so bad when they had me on feeds, it went to my intestines. And so my stomach never got food during this whole time. And so I could hear grumbling and growling, and I would go to my mom crying for food.
And as a parent, sometimes I even felt abusive because at the end of the day, I'd be thinking, what am I going to have for dinner? And then it would occur to me that she hadn't eaten all day, and her tummy was just as hungry, more so than mine.
So the family made a decision: close the kitchen and eat out until she got better. Anything to spare Gentrie the agony of smelling food but not being able to eat it.
Can I have KFC root beer when I wake up?
But now all that has changed with a surgery completed in July. After dozens of failed therapies and medications, doctors inserted a pacemaker into her stomach.
2 leads that go into the wall of the stomach, and they get hooked up to a pacemaker, which kind of looks like this. That goes under her skin, that will be turned on, and that will permanently help her stomach.
This works like a pacemaker for the heart, sending signals to nerves so the muscles will work normally. And if all goes according to plan, Gentrie will be able to eat and drink when she wakes up.
I'm most looking forward to a drink of some sort because I'm really thirsty, but I'm sure after I get over the thirst, I will be looking forward to some sort of food. It would be Wendy's chili and potato.
A routine wish for many people, but a hope for the end of a grueling battle for this young girl.
And Gentrie Hansen is here along with her parents, Lowell and Kathy, and we're also joined again by Dr. Nancy Snyderman as well. Good morning to all of you. So how did that Wendy's meal taste?
Really good.
Mustard.
Loved it.
You know, I imagine that before this diagnosis was maybe the hardest part, when people kept telling you that you might have an eating disorder.
Oh, yeah. That was probably the worst part of this whole sickness. Having people keep telling you that you have an eating disorder and you know something else is wrong in that.
Kathy,
obviously you want food.
Kathy, did you imagine that it was possible that she had an eating disorder?
As a parent, you hope that you know your children well enough to help them with whatever their problems are. And over time, we started kind of watching for signs that might indicate something different. But our heart was believing that it was something different. But we did begin to watch and just make sure, follow her into the bathroom, make sure that everything was as she said.
And a lot of other people were thinking that there was something wrong with her. Authorities, people around you were just questioning.
Doctors. We had doctors that was kind of saying that she had the problem. We had family members even saying that she had eating disorder, not eating disorder, but bulimia.
Something.
Yeah.
And so when you finally found out what it was, that must have been such a relief.
It was huge. It was
kind of a happy, sad day. It's one of those days where you're so glad that there's something to go forward with and try to understand, but at the same time when you understand the disease, you realize that it's a lifelong without a cure, and it has, its own complications, but thankfully we have the therapy.
Do we know what causes this, called gastroparesis?
Yeah, it's just immediately gastrostomach paresis being paralysis. The nerves and the muscles aren't coordinated, so food goes into Gentrie's stomach and then it just sort of can't get out. So the only way she's had to resolve it over these years is vomiting. And the reason people thought she had anorexia or bulimia is because she's smart, she's controlling in a good way, she's beautiful, she's this great student, she fits the classic model, but she had phenomenal belly pain and could not control the vomiting, and it took smart doctors thinking about this. What causes it? Probably, and I say probably, a virus that has hit her, and specifically hit this nerve. We never really know what, but that's always sort of the speculation.
After all you've been through, Gentrie, has some good come of this? Have you learned something deeper?
Very much so. I have learned so many different things about what, I don't even know how to explain it, but emotionally and physically, just kind of what my body could go through, and just everything. I think I've grown to be a totally different person. It's helped a lot.
It sounds like you've gained resilience.
Yes.
And now she has to gain some weight. And I know that sounds like it's an easy thing, but it is hard when you're really thin to put on weight. We think it's so easy. It's going to be a slowly uphill curve for her to get this stomach sort of back to normal with this pacemaker.
You enjoy those Wendy days and all those things that are still coming to you. It's great to meet you.
Thank you.
What a great, how lucky you are to have this family.
Oh,
Congratulations,
thank you. So
all of you.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Nancy.
You're welcome, Ann.